So, I've been and gone and bought a van. Got myself an Iveco short wheelbase van, and I'm going to use it as a tow vehicle for taking the challenge truck round, and eventually we're going to convert it into a camper, and we'll have somewhere to stay when we go to events, and then somewhere to go away at weekends. Me dogs. Mid, Letty, come on here. Come on. Okay, so first thing, we got home, reverse parked it, and it spat a brake pad out. So I knew the brakes were worn because the warning light was on. I didn't realise quite how worn. And then when I pulled the brake pads out to change it, there weren't much disc left. So I've pulled all that off and ordered some new bits up, and they're all here, so I'm just going to stick them on now. So I'm just going to put a little bit of anti-seize on the hub. Just make it a bit easier. Stop it. This is an aluminium based one, just seems to work really well, rather than the copper. Okie doke. Right, come back here. Jess, Letty. Come on. Good girls. Come here. Sit. And you, sit. So I've got work in half an hour, so I haven't got very long to spend. And that doesn't look the same. Shit. That's wrong. Okay, stop this video and we'll take it back and go and get the right bits. This is the next day, so hopefully we've got the right brake disc this time, and we should be able to get it all back together. So let's move on with that. You good girls. So hopefully version 2 of our brake disc will be the correct one. Yeah, so I'm doing this job on the drive, and the reason for that is after I collected the vehicle and reversed it onto the drive, it spat a brake pad out, which is not very handy for continuing your journey. So I was really lucky that it did it when it did it. I wish it hadn't done it at all, but it did make me get stuck in and get them sorted out. So I'll stick a bolt in and I'll just hold the disc in a bit of an easier place to work with. Okay. Not too much for this. So just a touch of lube on the threads for each one. Don't need too much, it's only to make them slidey. We don't want it on there. So touch in here for the pads. Find the other clip. Don't. So the slider pin was seized into the caliper, so what I'm going to do is just get a reamer just to scrape the rust out, lube it up and stick it all back in. To clean this up, what I want to do is take the dimension of the pin, so pick a bit that's not rusty, measure that, 18mm dead, so we'll get a reamer. These are adjustable, and my luck, I probably have a little spanner, so that's up to 19 to 21, 18.5, so it's this one here, brand spanking new, never been opened. So I'm just going to grab a spanner, let's remove the protective wax from the reamer. Bear in mind these are adjustable. So let's measure it to see what it's set to at the minute. Oh dear, she's set way small. So it's obviously set at its lower, the lower end of its scale. It's supposed to be used for the tam wrench. The drill will do the job perfectly. Good. There we go. So I can loosen that off one end, and then we wind the other end, and that'll make them bigger. Bonus with a million adjustable. So that's now set. At 18.1mm, which is bigger than the pin, which is 18mm. So here's our caliper with a corroded hole. I'll just be able to see. So that's where we're going to put the reamer and hopefully clean that out. That reamer then, yeah, so you can see the reamer is slightly tight in the hole. I'm going to fill it up with, this is just WD-40, but rather than a spray can, it's in a squirty bottle. So then just my reamer. Lovely job. So that will have cleaned all the rust out of that, so I'm just going to drown that with stuff, all the swarthy muck out of it. So that leaves us with a nice clean hole. Like I say, that now leaves us with a nice clean hole in the brake caliper. And that pin slides in nicely now. And that's without even having cleaned this up, which I'm just going to do very lightly with a bit of emery, just to take any surface rust off it. Lovely. So what I'll do now is I'm just going to put some lube on the pin, stop it getting corroded again. Slot that down into its hole. It's gone nice and tight into the tappy stick. Again, that'll do. There we go. That's gone through nicely. The rubber's a little bit pants on this one, but I'm not too worried. So there we go. Our slider now working perfectly. Little locking clip to go on the back. Goes that way around. Holds it all together. Lovely. So let's install the new brake pads. These discs are already clean, they've not got any wax on them. So we have our new shoes. Let's put a little bit of lube on the back of there, just a small amount. It's just to silence any vibration from the pads. And I've already lubed up the sliders. Get a look at it. It is the right pad, I'm just not trying well enough. There we go, there's one. That's the second. So, get it in half out this time. It's really weird. There we go, she's clipped in nicely. Brake wear sensor cable. I'm pretty sure that goes on this one and pokes through that hole. So let's get the first one in. White, but it's still good. Go. That much. Oh dear me. Come on. Stop playing about. Oh, I'm so tired. What are you doing, Jess? Hello. Now got that, which is giving us the movement on the two sliders which we're after. I'm going to put a little bit of grease in here just to try and help it repel any liquids that go in. Just stick a bit in there, it keeps it all nice and fresh. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to give the brake pedal a couple of pumps. About until I got it home. So it's home and we've done it. So that's good. Alright Jess, let's get this wheel back on there. I'll get Jack out. Excuse me. lever pistons back into the system. So again, that's one really worn disc. So this is just for comparison's sake. Look at the difference in that disc and that disc. There you go. So this one's going to be a bit quicker, it's easier to put back together because nothing's damaged. So I'll just get a little bit of loop on here. Thread paints put together. You're good. There you go. That's one in. Paste. I can see you. Come around it. Little madam. Good girl. You're a good dog. 1, 2. So again, I'm just going to put some grease inside these little caps, even though they weren't actually too bad on this side. Letty.